Welcome to Dar Headlines. I'm Louisa Liu. Thank you for joining us. The Sichuan earthquake has devastated Mianzhu and Shifang, both of which are priority areas of ecotourism development. In these two cities, over 80% of the buildings have been ruined, resulting in serious losses and casualties.
In the aftermath of the Sichuan earthquake, the city of Mianzhu has come to resemble a war zone. It is hard to believe that before the disaster, the place boasted picturesque scenery and was a popular destination for ecological tourism. Sadly, the city was robbed of its beauty in the space of a moment. Mianzhu, with the word zhu meaning bamboo in Chinese, got its name from the abundance of bamboo in the area, which makes up 50% of the region's forest land. Home to wild pandas, half the city is covered in lush vegetation. It is a mecca for animal and plant researchers.
At the panda research base in Mianzhu, researchers study how pandas breed. Last September, a panda at the base gave birth to twins. It was really something.
In the nearby city of Shifang, 80% of the houses collapsed in a quake. The disaster has rendered the city a ghost town overnight. Going back in time to before the earthquake, Shifang was a paradise on earth with beautiful landscapes and distinct seasons. The Sichuan government has also been actively developing the area for tourism. In terms of natural resources, the high-quality mineral water produced in the region has brought prosperity to its people.
Several local conglomerates have invested in a mineral water factory. The business is helping to gradually improve the economic standards of local residents.
Reconstruction of Shifang is currently underway. This cultural city in the Sichuan province is proud of its many well-maintained ancient temples and their historical significance. The road to recovery will be long, but people are not without hope.
As the full extent of the devastating Sichuan earthquake is revealed, Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide are working around the clock to help raise money to provide victims with urgently needed supplies. In the Philippines, a shipment of 11,200 blankets will be sent to the affected area on the 17th and the 20th. Meanwhile, in Canada, volunteers have been raising money on the street for the past 5 days. A press conference was also held to call on people to help earthquake victims.
Anxious to raise money for Sichuan's earthquake victims, Tzu Chi volunteers in Canada are making fundraising boxes with recycled materials. With the media out in force, volunteers hope to call on people to do what they can to help.
Tzu Chi Foundation has decided to launch a global fundraising event. As for our Canada chapter, we will be fundraising on the streets.
Meanwhile, in the Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers are holding an emergency conference. Besides discussing how to effectively help earthquake victims, volunteers also prepare blankets to be sent to Sichuan.
We bring love from Taiwan to the Philippines to China. We need to get the blankets to the victims as soon as possible. They really need them.
These blankets stored in a warehouse are to be used in case of emergency. Originally donated by Taiwanese volunteers to the Philippines chapter, the blankets will now be shipped out to help the Sichuan victims. The first lot of 5,600 blankets are scheduled for shipment on the 17th, while the second lot of the same amount will be shipped out on the 20th. As a Tzu Chi volunteer, the chairman of Philippines Airlines is organizing flights for the blankets to arrive in Chengdu. Everyone is doing their part to help the victims rebuild their lives at this critical moment.
After Taiwan's 9/1 earthquake, Zhongliao Township in Nantou County suffered the highest number of casualties. Residents have since rebuilt their lives, but after the recent Sichuan quake, a group of 50 elderly residents got together to donate cash and sell local produce to fundraise for victims in China.
Mentioned the 9/1 earthquake, and Ms. Liao cannot stop crying. After the tremor struck on September 21st, 1999, she was trapped under a pile of rubble for 10 hours. Seeing pictures of quake victims in Sichuan, China, the memories come flooding back.
I was saved by someone. When I see the situation in Sichuan is so serious, I don't know if my home will collapse in an earthquake again.
Ms. Liao's hometown of Zhongliao was the worst affected area by the 9/1 quake. 70% of homes were destroyed. The elderly residents here today are the fortunate survivors. Having come out of the trauma and rebuilt their lives, the residents want to help victims of the Sichuan quake. Some donate money, while to raise funds, Mr. Lee has made gift boxes designed in the shape of traditional three-sided houses that were flattened in 921.
I want to help them but have limited funds. I can only pray wholeheartedly for them to stand up again, just like us.
The gift boxes of dried fruit are a local speciality. In the past, they were sold to raise money to rebuild Zhongliao. Now the residents hope they can help victims of the Sichuan quake on the other side of the Taiwan Strait.
The Myanmar government has allowed Tzu Chi to initiate organized relief work. As one of the first organizations permitted access, Tzu Chi has taken up the burden of relieving a region to the northwest of the largest city of Yangon. Stagnant water poses the risk of insect-borne diseases, while finding edible food and potable water is also becoming increasingly difficult. Into this, Tzu Chi is cooperating with other international aid agencies to deliver food and necessities.
Zhongliao is a 45-minute car ride northwest of Yangon. Here, an emergency shelter has become a crucial element in the struggle for survival. Torrential waters have now settled into standing pools, and with the onset of night comes a mosquito plague. This long strip of plastic sheeting and lashed bamboo serves as the most rudimentary shelter for these hundreds of families. Those with children get preference, while more recent arrivals sit beneath open sky.
It's non-stop rain and these people are really suffering. When we first got here, many were sheltering under plastic bags, and some still have nothing.
UN supplies have been provided, along with basic first aid supplies, but resources are stretched and refugees continue to arrive. This mother carried her 45-day-old child here through the downpour. She would like to return home, but it has been washed away. This is their only refuge. Thanks to the efforts of local volunteers, Tzu Chi has arrived to bear witness to these ravaged families. Negotiations with the local government administrator achieved this breakthrough, allowing Tzu Chi's emergency relief team to deliver this first round of aid to Myanmar's broken people.
When he arrives here, he'll find a good place for our distribution center. We were able to explain to him our way, and it moved him. We assured him we will be very respectful.
Volunteers are in two groups, one doing on-site reconnaissance, while the other is purchasing relief supplies. At this market, volunteers buy soybeans, cooking oil, flashlights, and mosquito balm, all in 2-week quantities. In total, there are 222 households in need, or nearly 1,000 people. Volunteers shop around to guarantee the highest quality and proper packing. Buckets, for example, must have lids to keep out mosquitoes. Workers from local Tzu Chi businesses help with the packaging.
This jacket is waterproof, and the hood is added protection, while at night it can also be used as a sheet.
Myanmar's governing junta is still planning its response to the disaster. They have, however, opened this one small route to allow Tzu Chi the first opportunity to initiate regional relief work.